Another round of applause for the great team. Yes, what a great start. We're going to have someone very dear to the CFA Society. Yes, he's with us. Allow me to welcome to the stage Francis Nasyomba. He is the president of the CFA Society East Africa. He's also the principal at Capital Connect Africa. We've just mentioned here, you can't speak of Uganda without speaking of Africa. He's someone who has very deep knowledge on that. If we had the national anthem for the CFA Society, we'd be playing it right now. Here is the man with the big shoes. Please put your hands together and welcome CFA Francis Nasyomba.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I don't know how to engage without being engaged. I'm a teacher, so I like being engaged. Thank you so much. My name's Francis Nasyomba. For the people who come from the eastern side of Uganda, that name sounds a bit familiar. So I keep saying I'm Uganda. Alan knows that. And I'm the CFA Society East Africa president. I'm also the CEO and principal at Raising Capital, and also the founder of Capital Connect. It's a pleasure being here, and I'm looking forward to today. I'm very happy to see all of you here. I hope you will be able to get time to listen to me after the WhatsApp group. It's a very difficult group to follow. So I hope you'll give me some 5 minutes and just get away from your phones for a few and listen to what I have to say. I hope I won't be so boring. So first, I need to acknowledge some protocols. The team from the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Josephine Okuyosia, the CEO of the Capital Markets Authority, who's not present, but very well represented by Dixon Sembuya, one of our members. Patrick Ayota, Managing Director, NSSF, he's not here, but also very ably represented. The team from the Private Sector Foundation in Uganda. Paul Buiso, the CEO, Uganda Securities Exchange. Our sponsors, Bank of Uganda, Capital Markets Authority, Deposit Protection Fund, NSSF. Sorry, my phone is misbehaving. NSSF, UAP All Mutual, PKF Uganda, Uganda Securities Exchange, thank you. And our partners, ABSA, Gen Afrique, and TDB, the Board of Directors of the CFA Society East Africa, the CFA Society East Africa members and candidates, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and participants. I believe all protocols are observed. My name, I've told you, so I don't need to repeat, but I'm humbled to actually be here. I consider Uganda to be home. So when I'm told welcome, I always say it's home and thank you. Yesterday, there was a Twitter space. I don't know how many of you participated in it. Good. So you're not going to get bored with what I tell you. But I struggled getting into it. And when I dialed into it, Alan was doing a really wonderful job. So when I was trying to get into it, I was trying to figure out why am I struggling? And I thought initially it was a user problem. Then after a while, I figured where the problem was. And no, it was not a user problem. It was actually a network issue. So the long story is this. I took a border. I went to what I thought was downtown Kampala. I ended up on Kampala Road. But I was informed later that there's actually another downtown beyond that. So I was not really at downtown. The thing is, I needed to buy a line. And I needed to buy this line for my data, because initially I thought the line would just be an alternative and I could use the hotel Wi-Fi, which is what let me down. So the logistics of it, jumping onto the bike, venturing where the tourists and visitors normally don't venture, and looking for Forex to get Uganda shillings so that I could look for the lady on the street to buy the Momo for my data. All that trying to run for the X space. it actually made me think. It was actually apt that it happened because most of us consider alternative investments to be that. But what we are not noticing is alternative investment is now becoming the main line of investments in Africa. If you look at our stock exchange in Uganda, for example, as of May, if I'm not wrong and my numbers are right, the total valuation was $5 billion. How long has the Uganda Stock Exchange existed? According to IAFCA, we had $70 million of investments disclosed in 2023. I say disclosed because the title is private equity, private investments. The first word is private, so most of these guys don't like disclosing these alternative investments. And I'm sure even if they tell you they've closed a deal, they'll tell you invest between this and that, and they don't tell you exactly how much the investment was. The thing is, Africa, East Africa is starting to rely heavily on alternative investments. So maybe, Alan, we need to consider how we call this conference, because it's now becoming the main source of investment for Africa. In recent years, CFA society has deeply engaged in spearheading various initiatives so that we can actually be able to grow the capacity, the human capacity around investments. We've had remarkable member growth in terms of numbers. Across East Africa, we are at now 300 CFA charter holders. I want you to pause there and clap for us. So out of more than 100 million people, you have 300 charter holders, of which 57 are in this country, in Uganda. And I think we need to clap for that. But most importantly, we have a nursery of more than 400 candidates in Uganda pursuing the CFA charter. So together we continue to innovate, to educate, to empower, ensuring that the collective effort to contribute to prosperity and well-being of East Africa is maintained. So this conference, now that it's in second year, and conceptualized and continue to be watered by the society, led by two of our very able members, that's Alan Letabe and David Wangolo, is a continued testament to the extent to which we actually are pushing and pursuing to make sure that we pay a whole lot more attention to alternative investments. The global ecosystem is undergoing a transformative shift. Traditional investment avenues, they're now changing. While they are relevant, they're changing significantly. There's a surge on alternative opportunities. So I know we've had a whole lot of conversation on private equity, but there's more than that. We have hedge funds. For example, I don't know how much we have in Africa. Real estate, someone called it a lazy investment today morning at breakfast. Venture capital, cryptocurrencies, climate and gender-less investing. I really liked that conversation. And I look forward to hanging out with David and Audrey after this. And we should understand that the implications should be that we need to equip ourselves and have the knowledge to navigate the complexities of these investments. So thank you so much for the masterclass when it comes to private equity. You actually put it so simply. I don't know if there's a better way of being able to do it. We are well positioned to take advantage of these opportunities. Our region is brimming with an untapped potential, burgeoning entrepreneurial opportunities, ventures, and pursuits. We have a youthful population. Thanks, Alan, for pointing it out, that most of us are actually going to be in leadership in a short while. There is a dynamic population eager to grow and innovate. So as we continue this economic transformation, we need to make sure that we are not left behind when it comes to alternative investments. I know that we've sort of picked on NSSF much. I'd like to also still pick on them and also all the other pension funds. The thing is, most of these private equities and LPs, these are external funds. These are foreign capital that's coming in. What does that mean? It means that when the profits are generated, where do they head? You can take a wild guess. So with the theme of us catalyzing private capital for value and social impact, it actually resonates very well and deeply with our mission at the CFA Society East Africa. We are committed to the highest standards of ethics, education, and professional excellence, as you've seen with some of our members here. And we look at this conference to actually continue being a testament of our dedication in fostering the environment for financial professionals to share insights, debate ideas, as you've seen the first debate, and forge pathways that can contribute to economic prosperity. So as we set out, I encourage participants to engage actively, network, absorb the wealth of knowledge that will be shared. The conference is not just an opportunity to learn, but to collaborate and to forge connections that will drive collective progress. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude again to the sponsors, the friends of the society, the participants, the panels for bringing your knowledge, and all of you for being here and being humble enough to know that we keep learning and being willing to keep learning even more. So, in closing, let us remember that the true power of alternative investments lies not just in the potential for the 10x returns that everyone is talking about. It is actually the ability to create positive, lasting change. As we explore these opportunities, let us remain committed to fostering a sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous future for East Africa and beyond. At this point, I'm supposed to say I declare this conference open, but it's already open. So I just want to welcome you and look forward to being able to interact during the day. Thank you so much.